sick for the last couple days has definitely totally, like, wrecked all of my scheduling and everything I was planning on doing. I think straight up what's gonna happen is I am gonna start Yakuza 2 tomorrow. And then we'll have to come back to Conquer after that, and then we probably just straight up don't have time for Arctic Thunder. I think Arctic Thunder is literally just not happening, even though it was voted for, unfortunately. I think it's probably not gonna fit. But anyway, what? I have to turn this down. Turn this way down. Yo, why am I here? Thank you. Thank you for the 6 months, dude. I appreciate it a ton. I hope you were doing well. I hope you were doing better than me. You probably are. We're gonna do, I guess, Lightning Peaks today. I'm definitely on, like, the... Hang on. Okay, yeah. I'm definitely on, like, the improvement half of being sick at this point. But, only just. Only just. Alright, let's do it. So I guess this means there are 21. So I guess I've done 17 of them, because there are 4 left. I guess that's the number we're at. Alright, well, let's do it. We need 900 guests at the end of year 3, which is really easy sounding. The beautiful mountains of Lightning Peaks, popular with... Oh, right, is that... Yeah, it's this scenario, dude. Look at the entrance to the park. It just... Lamau, honestly. I am not sure how to feel about that, though I will say this park comes with a chairlift. That's pretty good. Gonna get that sped up just right off the bat. Admission price $1.50. Nobody is gonna ride it for $1.50. I know that, so I don't think any park has come with a chairlift. You know, to be honest, this is a thing I just know about the game. Apparently, guests will ride any guests will ride any, like, transport ride that is free. They will just auto ride it. So I think if I set this to free, then a lot of people will take the chairlift up instead of walking, and that's probably what we want, actually. Because, like, I feel like it's weird for them to walk all the way up here, you know? There's a lot of land to work with, so it's really not... Oh, there's even a second chairlift. There's even a second chairlift. Hang on. There's so much chairlift going on. Okay, no, we cannot buy more land. Okay, that's fine. In that case, what have I got? For starters, always. I mean, a lot of this path is just nothing, right? Like, what? A lot of this stuff is just decorative. I feel like I can put the carousel right here, and that'd be, like, perfect. kind of feel like I don't know if this is just because I'm used to it, but I feel like the non-blue queue lines always look really weird. Oh, I put this in backwards. Hang on. Hang on. Entrance goes there. Exit goes. I hate how, like, once you've placed the entrance and exit, if you want to replace one, you have to, like, go through all those menus every time. It's a little bit weird. We'll just do that like that, and then this, and then that. Perfect. I feel like we're just starting with a pretty messed up path structure, though, as far as, like, look at all this crap. They're just handing me a bunch of crap. I should speed this up as well. Did I somehow manage to... What? Oh. Well, this guy's not lost. He's going the right way. I think he's just taking so long to get to the exit that he's gonna claim being lost. I think that's what it is. Whatever. Hopefully that doesn't become a big problem. But yeah, I really haven't, I've been away for several days, but I really haven't done anything at all in that time. I have very little to show for. I did manage to get through a bunch of a playthrough of Yakuza 2 to test the route. I actually found out that it's a good thing I did that, because I ended up finding like 3 different places where routing changes I had made would not work. And so if I had just sent a run, we would have gotten a run through Mahjong, and then the run would have died, and then we would have fixed the route and tried again, gotten through Mahjong again, and then the run would have died again to something else. So I found those issues. It turns out that we can't change how pregnancy works. One of my big plans was to move the sub-story called pregnancy somewhere else. But it turns out you can't do that for a weird reason. I can't sell umbrellas. Welp. Alright. Guess everyone's just gonna get really wet then. This is the classic we're building on the side of a mountain problem, where I don't actually have any height to work with. I think I can't put I don't think I can put the station down there. I think we gotta put the station up high. The problem is, it's like an OG2 thing. It's one of those OG problems where the sub-story is blocked later on by seemingly nothing. Like I tried to move it into chapter 10. There's a time in chapter 10 when it would be perfect to do pregnancy. And it's just not there. And I don't know why. It's just not there. And so, and I tried like a number of things to like see, is there something I can do to get it to be there at this time? Like what if I do these other things first? No. No, it's just weird and messed up. It's just not accessible at that time. So I had to put it back into chapter 4. I've run into a bunch of issues like this where things should be possible technically. Like there doesn't seem to be a reason on paper why this wouldn't work, and then it just like doesn't work, you know? And the answer is because Yakuza 2 is weird. Yo, nice, Chris. Congrats on the Mahjong tournament. I think this coaster is just going to be really weird. I think we're just going to make an extremely weird coaster that, like, just doesn't have an initial hill. Like, it just starts going down, and then we're going to put the lift hill at the end of it. Sound like shit. I sound a lot better than I have been, actually. Believe it or not, this to me is like, all right, we're in there, I can stream. As opposed to the last couple days, which have been like, nope, not happening. Except actually, to be honest with you, I woke up this morning sounding perfectly normal, and I was very excited to stream. But then I just kind of started to get worse during the day, or like throughout the morning. And so now I do sound kind of pretty bad. I sound pretty much like shit. Um, I sounded a lot better this morning, but fuck it. Fuck it. I'm tired of not streaming. That's kind of cool. Hang on. I don't actually know if this kind of ride even like makes physical sense. Like, would this work? Because I'm not going to be able to get back to it. We're going to have to put some kind of chain lift at the end, but I don't know how close I can even really get. Like, I don't know how much mileage I can get out of this. How do I... I think this is bad. I think that this is just not good. Because now if we go under... Like, we might have to end up going underground. Why won't that... Raise or lower land first, really? There we go. Nah, that just doesn't work. That just straight up doesn't work. Nope. That will go through there, though. Hang on. Can I just redirect this path real quick? What even is this path, actually? What? What is this? Like, where are we going with this? Okay, it just leads over there. This, like, can I just... You know what? I'm gonna delete all of this. This path is super unnecessary. Whole thing can probably be done better. Well, now I've, like... Now I've completely messed up the landscape here. And then, nope, can't build there. Well, I think now we just do this. I think now we just do this. This is a little bit weird. I mean, hang on a second. Like, let me try to build from the end real quick. Because, like, this just can't even work, can it? We've just got to... Well, the tree's in the way. The chairlift's in the way. Hang on. Yeah, all the chairlifts are broken. It's... There's a lot of maintenance to be done. I have a lot of work to do. I'm building the coaster right now. I'll fix all the other stuff later. Right now, I'm just trying to make... like, the world's worst roller coaster. There we go. Um, I mean, it all connects together, I guess. Uh, um, stick that stuff there. How much money have I got? I've spent like 10K on this thing as well. You know, I think I need to, I think I gotta give it a bit of gas so that I can get through to the ending. I think I gotta make it go up a little bit more and then give it a tiny hill. So otherwise, like, look at this. This is ridiculous. Otherwise, that's a bit silly. Nah, we can't get to the connect if I go down there again. Well, I guess we just do this then. I guess we're just doing this. It's weird, but sure. It's not good, but there. Yo, what's up, PMC? I do feel a lot better today. I still don't sound great, but I do actually feel better, which is good. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. What am I looking for? I have to, like, remember how you even play this. Oh, yeah. Oh, I do have the info kiosk now. Perfect. Well, where might I put one of those? No. I think the issue with this scenario is just that, all the land is really useless. All the land sucks. Like, it's all gonna require a lot of digging to build anything. The complaining guests that can't find the park exit is going to be a problem as well, it seems like, because it takes guests so long to walk to the exit that they consider themselves lost on the way there. Oh yeah, sure, I forgot about that. Let me get that. Okay, yeah, there you go, it's up. So as far as stats, 5.79, we are gonna take that. We are gonna take that. I feel like I just have to completely redo the path network. I feel like the path network here is just so garbage. It needs to be somehow ungarbaged. But we're gonna be bombarded by guests getting lost and not being able to find the exit, like, the whole time. We're just gonna be constantly getting these messages for the entire scenario, I think. Why can't I put something there? Oh, because of that. Yeah. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at is part of the problem here. Okay, well that works. Now we just have to find a new way to connect this. I think what I'm gonna do is delete the, I'm just gonna make this go over instead of through. Well, I might not be able to because of the chairlift. Yeah, that's the problem. Well, I just unleashed a lot of people. That's actually bad. I probably shouldn't have done that. That's probably a bad thing that I just did. There are now a lot of guests wandering the wilderness. Okay, there we go. That's how that connects now. It's weird, but that's how that connects now. Now I just gotta round up all the weirdos who, like, ended up down here and things like that. Whose fault could that have been? This seems like a terrible place to build a park. This scenario might actually be hard. I do need to be playing better than this, or I won't have time. The park rating is apparently okay, despite all of the clownery. We're gonna need the mechanics to be... Like, I want the mechanics to be zoned in such a way that they cannot go down the hill, you know? I mean, I guess they kind of have to, because it's possible that they have to go down to the bottom of the hill to repair the station down there. Well, let me solve this by just hiring lots of mechanics then, actually. That there's hopefully always mechanics nearby where I need them. There's really nothing I can do about these lost guests, though. The guests being lost are just... That's just how it be. There's nothing I can do about that, I think. It does seem like it rains a lot, though, so if we could, like, build more info kiosks, that'd be great. For the $20 umbrella. Why doesn't that connect? Hang on, what? Wait, how did someone end up... What the hell? Does that connect? Can people buy from this? Hang on. Yes. People can buy from that. There is something under there. It works. Yeah, like that. That's not what I thought I was connecting to, but we take those. Now, I think part of the problem is that guests over here are trapped for all eternity. I do need to reconnect this path somehow. In fact, that might be where the complaining guests are. It would make sense, wouldn't it? There we go. That'll do. That'll do, I guess. You know, this area is kind of flat. I'm just gonna build out here. This place is kind of flat. Relatively. I have, like, no money, but I'll just build out here. What am I even looking at? Exit. This whole park is just, like, not... The design of this is not gonna be good. Like, I feel like you want everything to be in a big loop. I feel like the usual play is to have everything in a big loop. And instead we're just gonna have, like... I mean, I guess I could connect back there. I can do that. Then it would be a big loop. That actually would work perfectly. That would make a lot of sense. Well, we've hit that stage of the scenario. No money. Absolute $0. Yeah, all the path costs like $1,000,000 to make out here because it's so. There has to be so much. There's so many supports, like the supports are high, so it costs more. I didn't do it because I forgot. I'll go do it. I'll go do it as soon as I get this thing open. Having a hard time making $40. Come on. Okay. Ah, man. Ooh, this sucks. This sucks a lot. Hmm. I think I might have to just put the controller down for a while. This park may or may not be running in the red. Hang on. Normal funding. That might help. That might help a little bit. I'll go rename it now while I'm waiting for my money to build up a little bit so I can build one piece of path. Oh, except the whole game freezes when you've got the keyboard up, so this isn't even like building money in the background. Yeah, the problem is literally the only thing I have that makes money is this one roller coaster. So my money making is heavily tied to how many people can go on this roller coaster, and the throughput for this thing is honestly trash. If it had 2 cars on it, then it would be better, but the throughput for this thing is honestly trash. What other coaster types do I have? Do we have... We do have a wooden wild mouse. I'll build one of those. No, I wasn't fast enough. I wasn't fast enough. We had the money. We had the money. And then by the time I got in there, it got spent on fucking salaries or something useless. Here we go. Get that open. Guests are complaining because there's no food or drink stalls, but I don't have the money to build those, so they're gonna have to keep on complaining. Yeah, like because this path goes straight up the hill, I can't even build anything like this whole I can't use that for anything. We're not even close to having money for that. Maybe I should do like a charge for park entrance thing. I feel like I could make a bunch of money if I kicked everyone out. If we just slowly get everyone out of the park. charge a bunch for park entry, and then reopen the park, and then all 300 people come back and give me like 50 bucks each for the park entry, you know? That would sort of fix my money. Also, it rained like 30 times before I unlocked the info kiosk, and as soon as I unlocked the info kiosk, no more rain, ever. I'm just saying. These guys are set to mow grass. No, stop that. Like, this seemed like it was a scenario where it was gonna rain a lot. I think I was either getting really lucky before with all the rain, or I'm getting really unlucky now. It legit hasn't rained once since I built the info kiosks. And it rained like 5 times in the first 5 minutes. Is ridiculous. I could have so much money if they would just buy the umbrellas. Let's see. Staff wages are $234 and ride tickets are $729. So if I just sit here, I will... If I just sit here, I should be profitable on the month. So if I just sit here, I will eventually scrape some cash together. You know? It's just taking an incredibly long time. I feel like spending all $15,000 on this one mediocre roller coaster is probably my downfall, to be honest with you. I think building this thing was a gigantic mistake. That's... Like, this might... I'm a little concerned we might actually lose this scenario. I feel like I don't normally have a money issue like this, where I have literally no way of making money, and we're just sitting here, trying to scrape together 20 bucks to build a fry stall. Nope, we already maxed the loan. Now what I could do is delete. Yes, you do pay interest on it. It's not that much. The loan is essentially free money. I could delete this ride and get all the money back for it. And then instead use that money to build 2 smaller coasters. Like 2 wooden wild mouses. You know? Oh, right, hang on, no, let me... Because now that it keeps the... That's better. So I could delete this thing. And then do that. I kind of want to do that. Like, if I delete it, how much money do I get? We get back 5k. That's not that much. How did that ride only cost 5k? What? I thought you got the whole ride value back. There's no shot. There's no shot that that ride only cost me 5k to make. It cost... I had no money left after it. I had 15,000. I lost all of it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a full refund. Certain things you do get a full refund on. There are certain things you get a full refund on. see. Is it possible to charge more for this? Really good value. Really good value. I'm not sure I will ever really financially recover from this. I'm not sure that I will, is the thing. I'm honestly just like trying to price gouge as much as possible here, you know? Just like, how can I get extra pennies out of my guests? Yeah, I'm not gonna... I'm just hovering around $300, like I can't... This is the level of profitability that we're at, plus 200 bucks per month. And the only thing that really generates money is rides that are expensive to make. Oh shit, yes, okay. Okay, we're about to make some money. We're about to make some umbrella money. Come on. Purchase. I feel like we're not even gonna really make umbrella money because they like the park is too big and they're not gonna walk up to the, like, yeah, we're not really making giant umbrella bucks or anything because the park is too big and disorganized. Did I, like, make that face the wrong way or something? Everybody just walked right by it. Hello? Nobody's bought anything from this kiosk. Everyone just is walking by. Hang on. I might have made this face the wrong way. It's hard to tell. No, it was facing the right way, too. That's weird. I don't know why nobody... There we go. Someone just bought an umbrella, but all these other people don't even give a shit. They're just gonna get rained on. They're just gonna happily get rained on. Well, okay, we made some money there. We made some money there off that rain. That's pretty good. $1,000. That's pretty good. A couple more rains and I can build a second roller coaster. I feel like if I can get a second roller coaster down, then we can start snowballing, you know? Once the second roller coaster is in place, then we'll have, like, actual money-generating rides. Yeah, okay, so an info kiosk costs $250 to build, and when you delete it, it gives back $175. No, fuck. I hate that. Just being snapped to random people across the map like that. I do need to have bathrooms, but let's charge for the bathrooms to offset the fact that they cost you money to operate otherwise. Yeah, like if you check any one of these people... Uh oh. Hang on, where the hell is this guy? Oh, look at him in there. He's trapped underground. Look at him in there. Okay. Hang on. Yo, crazy. Thanks for the 43 months, dude. I appreciate it a ton, man. I hope you are doing well and stuff. Hope the scaping is going good. The last bit of Tithe Farm is draining my will to play. Oof. Tithe Farm never really bothered me that much. You know, like to be honest, when I was doing it, it was definitely like I don't know, it was like a thing where like you do like a full cycle of Tithe Farm takes something like 20 minutes. Like if you do, I don't know, whatever the number is, like 25, you do like 25 plants and you do like a full cycle of 25. It takes like 20 minutes or something, I think, to do. What am I thinking of? A set of 100 is what I'm thinking of. I think a set of 100 takes around 20-25 minutes, and it's just like, I don't know, just do one of those. Hang on, we're rebuilding this. Like, if I can break it into units like that, then it makes sense to me, you know? That's... My mentality around Tithe Farm was good. Damn, if it makes you feel better, Ludicrous, if you couldn't tell, I'm also quite sick. It'd be that way. Yeah. We're not going to get as much money because lots of people already have umbrellas. Yep. We're about to hit 48 hours. I've played a lot of Rollercoaster Tycoon on stream. Where is he? Why didn't he come up? Hang on. Yeah, there's still a couple guys who are like trapped in places. Okay. That would be pretty fun. Yeah, that rain made me like no money because everyone already has umbrellas. That rain made me basically no money. Of course I built that right on a border. It's all janky. What am I even looking at? Like, how did I select that piece of land? What? Oh yeah, I know. I know that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if someone wants to leave, they won't get on any rides. So you can't have a park that's connected to the entrance and exit only by chairlift, because anyone who wants to leave, I think, won't take the chairlift, so they'd be considered trapped. I think you have to have the path. Okay, we're at 17. October year 1. Yeah, I think I kind of just have to, like... To be honest with you, what am I researching right now? Like a new type of roller coaster that I'm not going to build? I'm turning off research. I'm straight up going to turn off research, and then we're going to save 200 bucks a month. Yeah, that's the plan. Ugh, God. So much trash on the path everywhere. There's no way I can afford enough handymen to counter that, though, for now. Let's see. Park rating is kinda garbage. Park rating is kinda garbage, though. That's not how it works, unfortunately. But yeah, the paths are disgusting, and it's going to be keeping my park rating down the whole time. I see the problem with this scenario. They really give you, like, a horrible piece of shit land to deal with. To be honest, if I were to start this over, the play would be to just, like, immediately delete the chairlifts, delete all existing infrastructure, and just have a straight path up here and a big loop, and then start building based on that. And then use the 15K to build 2 smaller coasters, like 2 wooden wild mouse. We're getting close to where I can build a coaster again. Yeah, this is a this is a scenario that gives you a difficult moral choice. To beat the scenario, you have to delete the chairlift. Oh no. How can I delete the chairlift? Why can't I construct this here, though, is the thing. I guess I'll have to build it myself. Oh, wait, hang on. Hold up, we've got cheese. I forgot about the cheese button. To be honest with you, the play is to just build shuttle loop, isn't it? I forgot shuttle loop existed. Oh, that's not at the right height. Uh-oh. I just thought it was for some reason. Welp. That's gonna cost me some money to fix. Wait, what? How is this still not... Where the fuck... Where is anything? To be honest, the more of this game I play, the more the isometric camera angle really bugs me. Like, where the fuck am I? Physically, where am I? Am I high enough now? Am I over it? I look like I'm over it, but I'm under it. Okay, there we go. I'm... Sure. The more I play of this, like you know, the whole isometric thing, it looks very good. But there's a lot of practical issues with it. I feel like. But yeah, I'm just straight up gonna build like 2 shuttle loops. Like we're doing another shuttle loop straight up. Does that connect? Nope, too low. It was 3 when they started using a 3D engine. I don't know how much I can actually charge for these, but sure. It brings me no joy to do this, but I really don't want to have to lose this scenario and start it over, whatever. So, there. I think the paths are getting so fucked up that it's completely tanking the park value. I think the paths are just too disastrous, and I do have to address it, like, now. Like, there's literally just garbage everywhere. I think I do have to hire the handyman army now. Okay, hopefully that does something to help clean things up a little bit. And hopefully these do something to make us some money so that we can build stuff. Yeah, like check that out. Check that out. We're actually making some money now. We're actually starting to generate some cash, so that's good. No, they're not synced. To sync them, you gotta like put the stations right next to each other. So because the stations are not next to each other, and like I guess I could, I don't know. Maybe if I like, I think that I could build, like you'd have to, because you see the way that both of them have the loop going to the right. I think because of that, you couldn't put them next to each other. But if I did make one with a loop going to the left, then theoretically I could put it right next to another one. And then that would actually work. And then we could get the synced ride bonus. But yeah, that's generating a lot of money really fast. That's clearly good. Hang on, I want to try something. I have an extra stupid idea. Why can't I build that there? Ah, there we go. That looks bad, though. It looks bad there. And also, there's, like, literally no way to get the... Never mind. This was a stupid idea. I'm gonna delete that. I was thinking I just sort of colored these red and blue because they looked bad, both being brown. But then I sort of felt like there should be a white one in the center in that case. But it's a bit too late. Should have planned ahead. And yeah, you can see that as soon as I deployed the army to clean things up, look at the park rating. Like, yeah, that's what was causing the park rating to be bad. So that's good. I'll have enough money soon to actually build like a wild mouse or something. So we're back on track to pretty cleanly beat this. The key insight was remembering the existence of shuttle loop, which is just like very OP. Extremely cheap, has the best stats. Well, I mean, the stats are that, but extremely cheap, and you can charge like $4 for it. As opposed to my own custom roller coasters that take forever to build and cost $10,000 and then don't have better stats anyway. Now, I think Garbage Land would be popular. A garbage-themed amusement park? Why not? Right? Okay, someone is fixing it. Why not visit Garbage Land? There we go. Completing the loop. Come visit Mr. Beast's garbage land. There was a Mr. Beast's garbage land in like Saudi Arabia or some shit. Um, in Dubai. Apparently it was just a bunch of like, yeah, apparently it was just a bunch of like, you know, like cheapo carnival rides and some other random crap there. That's pretty funny. Well, this is the spot where we're gonna build it. Well, already running into a bit of a problem. Maybe we start the ride the other way. See, now that's an actual good idea, though. That is a non-meme idea that would probably work. If I had experience in, theme park operations, I would be seeking out investors. Yeah, that's like not nearly enough. That's not gonna work. Well, look, okay, this is a big drop into a turn, but it's a wide turn, so it's gonna be fine. There. I fixed it, sorta. So that costs... no, so if you place a piece and delete it, you get all your money back, see? Like, minus 40, plus 40. So being indecisive when building the ride does not cost you any money. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Oh, now we're at 24. All right, let's just, it's garbage, but right now I just want to see if it works. If you've still got a lot of extra speed to work with, then I'll make the ride longer because it's a little bit uninteresting, I feel like. Okay, that turn might be a killer. That turn might be bad. Okay, it makes it. It makes it. Nah, actually the G-forces are fine. And the stats are fine. We're gonna open it like this then. Is it the most interesting thing I've ever built? No, but I'm playing to win here. Does this just line up? Like, if I do... No, wait, we're, like, off by one. I gotta go... like, that? Okay. Open it, charge, 470, sure. That ought to make me a bunch of money. That ought to make money. I can even put some trees around it. I'll place a whole ass... No, I can't place the cedar of Lebanon. Oh, no. Maybe a Scots pine. Hell yeah. Perfection. Yeah, there's nobody queuing for it, but it's because people aren't back here yet. Now that they know, then they'll start to come back here, maybe. Yeah, we're gonna hit the 900. It's 900, right? Yes. We're gonna hit the 900 very easily now. We're at 673. There's still a lot of trash all over the place, though. Like, all in here. There's still a lot of trash. Okay, there's a lot in here as well. I think the play is we're gonna just like start. We're gonna find the trouble spots and then just start zoning people accordingly. Like, you can be the in there guy. Yo, what's up? Yeah, I'm still not 100% good, as you can tell. Actually, I was better this morning when I decided I was gonna stream, and then by the time it was time to start streaming, I was sounding a lot worse again. But then I wanted to stream, so I did it anyway. But yeah, I am getting better, I think. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be pretty normal, I think. I'm hoping for tomorrow to be mostly back to normal. We'll see. Definitely by the weekend. Yeah, I got I got remote transmitted GDQ flu. I wasn't watching much of GDQ, but then you know, I got really sick on Saturday, the last day of the marathon. And so I had nothing to do on Saturday but just lay in bed and essentially just watch the entire finale day's worth of stuff. So I ended up watching a whole bunch of GDQ. All in here is really problematic. The SMC, I mean, look, I know how you feel about Mario and stuff. And I will say, it is really funny to see, like, Brosif doing a star and stuff, given I know how she feels about Mario speedruns and all of that. So it's like, a Lamau. But, I gotta say, the SM64 relay was definitely by far the best thing they did on Saturday, aside from Exector, of course. Yeah, Jaxler friggin' nearly game overing, leaving everyone after him to have to do it on 0 lives. There were a lot of good moments in the relay. J-Hobbs fucking nailing it with the actual speed tech in wing cap was really impressive. He like popped off. It's funny how some people like genuinely seemed pretty practiced, then other people were just like no idea what they're doing. But yeah, that was it was good. It was good. The rest of the day was mostly all stuff I didn't care at all about, but honestly, that's perfect because I couldn't really pay any attention to it anyway, because I was so sick. Wait, what the hell is... How did that get selected? When did that happen? Okay, that ought to be good. There's like nothing out here. This whole area is just nothing. That's good though. There must be some corner that's like covered in trash to make them complain, because I feel like I've handled most of the trash at this point. Oop, uh-oh. There we go. Well, am I kind of starting to... Where am I going to build? I guess in here. I guess the next one has to go in here. I've got 6K. I'm starting to build up a ton of money. Like, how much money have these generated? We can see that somewhere, right? Yeah. The total profit on this is 2K, and the total profit on the other one's probably about the same. Yeah. So each one of these, you plop it down for like 1,000, 1,500, and it makes back that amount of money. Like, almost immediately. Like, very quickly. Yeah, income is 6,804 per hour. Or 6,048 per... It's like 6K per hour. So you make back the amount of money that you spent on it in like 15 minutes. Something like that. But I have so much money that I feel like I should build something actually interesting. It's kind of tempting to build... It's kind of tempting to build, like, one of these. I don't think I've ever built one of these, so I feel like I should do it. I feel like I could put the station up here, and then it, like... Well, I don't know. How do these work? I guess they do. They're coasters. They have to loop around, so, never mind. Never mind, I'm just gonna goof around and build random other stuff for now. But I think that the next coaster is gonna be some kind of metal thing, and it's gonna go all in here, and that's the plan. Well, that's a skill issue on Guest 1104's part. He's not trapped anywhere. Yeah, some kind of metal thing. You know, I can turn research back on as well. Expected 14... Ah, okay. Yeah, we are in July. You know, hang on a second. I have an idea. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Should I build the vertical roller coaster? Maybe I should build a vertical roller coaster. I don't know if I've ever built one of these before either. Not even really sure what they are. I guess they go vertical. But they're not the Whoa Belly coaster that I built that one time. Wow. Okay. That they have a really high... ports. So wait, do these like, how does this work? Also, oh god. look at this shit. That's horrible that it does that. The way it's like going back and forth. That's horrible. I can they start? Can these have a launched? Like, can they launch? Because like steel coasters can launch. I don't know where that option is. Oh, there it is. So if we come in here, nah, apparently they can't launch. Can we have it go? Ah, no, you can't. You can't put chain lift on a on a straight vertical. That'd be fun though. Wait, where'd my ride go? Where am I? How'd I end up over there? Where am I? Okay. How'd I end up over there? Wait, did Crazy I don't follow it too closely. Did Crazy do Nightmare and get like a sick drop? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Right, I remember that now. They did turn Crazy's account into a nightmare bot. How high is that? That's 41, and then that goes up to 34, so that ought to be safe. Oh, hang on, this is aligned in a really bad way. Well, what do we have for... This thing can do Helix. Ulysses. This doesn't actually work. This probably doesn't actually work. And this whole thing probably doesn't actually work. There's just no room for that because of the edge of the map. Tree in way. It's the last tree that I checked, of course. All right, I'm not convinced that this is a working design, but only one way to find. Well, there's your answer. It is not a working design. So what about that? Oh, shoot. Well, that's maybe annoying to fix. Hang on. Okay, that's fine. All right, not bad. That's probably okay. If there's something that's bad, then it's this bit in here. That could be a problem, but... I mean... It's a little on the sketchy side. Okay, we're fine, actually. We're totally fine. We're totally fine. We're opening with these stats. 6.12 excitement. I guess so. It seems pretty decent. That Doesn't quite work. This is going to be really annoying to get this connected, though. That's just, like, not... It's not... It doesn't quite line up, but in, like, the most annoying possible way, where I kind of have to do this, I think. And then, like, bring it back. Oh, but then I can't do that because of that right there. Hmm. Here's how we can do it. Yeah, the scenarios have been mostly pretty easy this entire time. I've never really had a problem with a scenario before, but this one just has like the worst terrain. That's the whole point, but it just has like the actual worst possible terrain for everything. They give you a park that's laid out like garbage, and then all the terrain sucks. And that's what makes it harder. That ought to make a ton of money, though. We're gonna need a dedicated handyman on this pathing in here, though. Because this is gonna be, like, Vomitville. I really want to know where the guests are complaining about, because, like, okay, it's in here. They're complaining about it right here. That's where. Handyman 11, this is a you thing. Hello? Alright, that's good. So that oughta... I don't know. That ought to be decent. You know, I do wonder, like, yeah, we only built one bathroom in the entire park. And it's, like, in the back corner. We built one bathroom right here. I think that's the only one. So, I should probably build more bathrooms, food, and drink. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff out here. What's going on? Someone is supposed to be... Oh, nobody's in charge. There are holes. Hang on. I'm rich at this point. I'm just gonna hire as many people as I need to hire to fix this problem. I'm just gonna throw money at the issue because that's the _1 proven way to solve problems. Yeah, whatever. And then... Oh, hey, under the skin. I've just been sick. That's what my absence is about. As you can hear, I'm still sick. But I am well enough that I can play video games, so... so fuck it. Fuck it, I'm doing it, you know? Rollercoaster 1 still hasn't been fixed. Well, I guess I do only have... Okay, well... someone is on it. I'll hire, like, another mechanic or two to just kind of, like, wander around. I don't know. Hopefully that makes downtime less bad. Well, I've been really sick since Saturday, so this is day 5 of it actually. I think it's like a mild flu. I don't think I have like the flu pretty bad because like I was mostly just laying in bed and like couldn't really move, but I still feel like I probably didn't have it that bad. Um, but yeah, kinda. I'm really hoping. I mean, I didn't like go to a doctor or anything. I didn't or do any kind of test or anything to confirm what it was because I feel like really I haven't done anything. Like I've just kind of been dealing with it. But I feel like, you know, on one hand, it's just kind of like I know I'm sick. Like if I take some kind of test that confirms what kind of disease it is, then it, like, is it the flu? Is it COVID? Then it would just be like, yep. Okay, now what? Like that information does not give me any there's no power in that information. It doesn't like it doesn't change my approach. You know, it's the same. I'm sick regardless of whether or not I know exactly what I'm dealing with here. But I really hope it's not COVID because last time I got COVID, I had a cough for like a year. Like just straight up, I was coughing for the entirety of 2024. Um, and I was thinking at the time that if the cough never went away, it would probably be a problem if I ended up trying to get that job. And now that I am getting that job, and it's like, well, shit, what if I get COVID again right before then, and then my perma cough comes back, and then they're like, you can't talk on the radio without coughing into it, you're fired, and then it's like, well, that sucks. I have no idea if that would happen, but these are just the things I think about. Um, so I really hope it's not COVID, and I hope I'm not coughing uncontrollably for the next year. That would be really bad. Not that, this. All right. Hopefully, the addition of the second bathroom helps with the fact that 25 guests in my park really need to use the bathroom. Yeah, they're all concentrated in this kind of area too. So hopefully they can find that bathroom. Well, I didn't have COVID for a year. I felt completely, you know, I felt like shit for like a week. This was right after coming home from AGDQ 2024. I got COVID at AGDQ in Pittsburgh. It was very cool. Um, Fortunately, somehow the people I was hanging out with all week didn't get it. It was just me. So that's good at least that they dodged it, right? I don't know how that's even possible. But I was sick for like a week, and then after that I wasn't really sick anymore, but I still Just had like a lingering cough for like, I think it might have even been a little over a year. It was a long time before I noticed one day that it was kind of gone. But I had accepted at that point that it was just sort of my life. That happened around then too, I think. No, that was like early 2025. I had all kinds of like weird stomach issues for like a couple months in there where I just got like horribly sick basically anytime I ate anything. That was a really bad time. I'm generally a very healthy person. I'm making it sound like I'm like very sickly, constantly dealing with something. I'm really not. I'm very rarely sick in any meaningful way. I kind of want to build one of these just because I've never built one of these. Okay, well, this is just ass. This is just ass right out of the gate because I gotta do so much digging. Nah, I give up on this idea already. This plan sucks. Never mind. Now we've just got a weird ditch there. You know, the chairlifts, I feel like the chairlift has been breaking down kind of a lot. Whenever I look at this, there's people just like stuck suspended over this lake. And like, that's a pretty high up chairlift. This is kind of a crappy chairlift to be stuck on. I feel like that's really high up. What else have we got? I have a really bad idea. Hang on. There's something that I want to do. And it's a really bad idea. I want to see if this is even possible. Before I even attempt to build this legitimately, let me just try something. Can I get that to go through there? Maybe if I were like one higher? Yeah, this, the start of this scenario is actually like kind of a disaster. I spent all my money on Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam here, and then I like didn't I like didn't have any money, and I had to slowly scrape together enough money to put down the goat, whatever this thing is called. I put down 2 of those, and then that fixed the scenario. But we were straight up like maybe gonna lose the scenario before I did that. We were kind of maybe on track to just lose. Okay, so that can go through there and there. You see what I'm doing, right? You see, this is not the ride, but yeah, I know, I'm just testing. But you see the vision, right? Too high for supports. I kind of don't really like how this is intruding on my weird artificial forest I built over here. I don't want this to go this far out this way. I don't want those things interacting too much. I think this whole thing is not actually going to work like this. The heck? What am I even looking at here? Alright. Well, if I just do... I think I have to... actually... I don't know how we're gonna get this ride back to the station, but like, gotta admit, it's kinda cool. So no. The answer is just no, actually. I think that, if a ride crashes, then guests will die, and if a ride, uh, if they drown, then they die. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure those are the only ways to kill guests. Can we, like, get through here? Put path in the way. I think that everything I'm doing is just lining me up with this right here. I need to find some way to not line up with that. Tree in the way. No. No, Blood Money is on Xbox, so... When Xbox thing comes back, it'll be on the menu. Sorry. I've been trying to mute. Been trying to mute so I'm not coughing into the mic so much. How do I get this? Like, I don't think this is gonna work. Oh, that's lined up. Nope. What? It's like, technically this is a complete design, but let's just slap an entrance and exit on it, and there is a 0% chance this thing actually makes it all the way through, I think. I might not even make it over this little hill, actually, I'm realizing. Might not even make it over this little hill. No, okay, it does, easily. Oh, okay, it's like completely fine. It's completely fine. The stats on this are gonna be garbage. I mean, these like mini steel coasters or whatever they're called are like, the stats are never that good, but oof. Terrible. I'm not sure I actually want to keep this. An excitement level of 2. Excitement level of 2, huh? I feel like I must be missing some kind of stat requirement for that. How is the excitement rating 2.45? That is so bad. I think I'm just gonna delete this. It's not working out. It's honestly not working out. Just get some trees in there. I don't think trees are gonna fix it. Maybe by like 0.1. I've got 15K. I should just... Well, first of all, here's the plan. I'm gonna smack the advertising button. That's plan number 1. Just to make sure we get over 900, you know? I feel like Twitch viewers are probably just like have been trained so that when they hear that, they automatically close out of the tab. Like, oh, they're pressing the ad button? Okay, bye. But that'll definitely get 900 people into my park pretty quickly. It is a really nice chairlift. I didn't build it. That's probably why it's good. It's not one of mine. Yeah, I don't know. The paths look pretty okay to me. The litter here is really... I feel like it's a scam for them to say. Like, they put up the gray text box that's like, you know, the litter here is really bad. Meanwhile, there were more people saying, this park is neat and tidy. The litter is really bad. Yeah, it's kind of what I thought. It's in here. This tangle is, like, impossible to properly clean, is the problem. I was trying to set up... like, set up, you know, regions or whatever. Like, do the patrol areas. I was trying to do that. And you, like, can't actually set it up correctly in here, the way the paths are. Maybe... I'm just gonna leave it, to be honest. The park rating is fine. The park rating is perfectly fine. So I'm honestly willing to just leave it. Let's see. Maybe I feel like I haven't built go-karts in a while. Yeah, we're gonna beat the scenario easy. I was worried about it at the start. Things were not good at the start, but we're gonna easily beat the scenario. Yo, what's up, Hydromedia? I kind of prefer this. I feel like this looks better. That looks really weird. That still looks really weird, though. Hang on, I have a great idea. How cool it is. You drive on top of... Nah, that's stupid. I wonder if I can do, like... Hang on. I'm about to spend an exorbitant amount of money. This is the kind of thing that a reasonable person would save before doing. Okay, I've kind of fucked up. I've kind of fucked up. Yeah, this is a terrible idea. I should not have done that. But now it's been done. Now it's been done. We'll do that. And this goes in, like, up here. Why does that not... Oh, I see why. Just build it from this side. Easier. Well, see, I had a vision. I had a vision for this, because now we're gonna take this. We're gonna give it that, and we're gonna give it this. We're gonna go like that with it. This was the vision, sorta. That... Maybe gray roofing tiles would look better. Nah, that looks much worse. I think if we do, like... I think you can get these roofing tiles to look a bit less stupid if you do, like... You angle it. Looks a little weird. How much money do I have? Yeah, you know what? That's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. I think we want to put the entrance over here. It's maybe slightly weird, but, you know, it's fine. I have to delete one of my nice trees. It's maybe perhaps slightly weird. But I'm still, I don't know. I'm always thinking about how like in just like the press start screen, all the stuff Chris Sawyer built, he's got all these like buildings and stuff that just looks sick. Always trying to figure that out. Yo, what's up, Marcel? Thanks for the raid, dude. I'm super sick today, but streaming anyway. So I sound terrible. But thanks for the raid, dude. Still slowly working through all the the Rollercoaster Tycoon Xbox scenarios. I think this is scenario 18 out of 21 of the main game ones. So I'm starting to actually kind of get there after 50 hours. God. Why does it say Rollercoaster Tycoon? Because that's the name of the game. That's the normal box art. Well, someday I will finally make a ride that's in a building that doesn't look like complete ass. But today is not that day. Cornmen San Diego. I had a Where in the World is Carmen San Diego game as a kid. I don't remember which one. Oh wait, you know, I just remembered which one. Because it wasn't a game, it was a board game. I had some kind of spin-off board game of Carmen San Diego. Where are we at? Okay, we're at 1,000 guests. That should be good. Oh yeah, there was a Carmen San Diego. Okay, so I have played that. The Carmen San Diego on GameCube, like, does not count, though. That's like... That is Carmen in name only. That is... That game. Super disappointing. Let's see, what time is it? It is June. Probably have enough time to build something cool. I feel like I probably have enough time to build something cool. And to put it, like... I have no idea where. In here, I guess. It's gonna have to go in here somewhere. Everywhere else is taken. Well, not really. But, like... I sort of was going into that one expecting, like, a proper... Like a proper edutainment experience, you know? And it was kind of just... Do we already... Okay, no, hang on. I'm just misreading. But I went in expecting, like, a properly good 90s style edutainment, and instead it was just, like... a basic, like, action platformer. It's very disappointing. Oh no. Well, hopefully that doesn't kill anybody. The medium turn into the oops actually need a sharp turn right after that hill. This might just be a doomed endeavor from the start. Hang on, I should probably... Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build the rest of this as just like boilerplate so that I can test the G-forces on that. Okay. There's not even really a place for me to put entrance and the exit because there's just like... I have to dig for that. This is a terrible place to put a queue. That is... Okay, here. This whole area is gonna need some serious terraforming, but that's for later. Yo, what's up, Pixel? I'm sort of back. I I thought I was good to stream today. I might have some minor regrets, because I've been coughing like nonstop this whole stream. But I think that tomorrow I'll definitely be like pretty solid. Oh, okay, that turn might actually be fine. I think we get away with that turn. I think we get away with that turn. Yeah. That's what it was. I have been sick since Saturday. Isn't this a corkscrew coaster? Can't I... Where's my special button? Oh, they can't loop. Oh. I don't know why I thought these could do loops. They can't, apparently. That's real weird, but okay. I really don't like building rides into the side of, into the sides of mountains like this, where I just don't... how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? Can I, like, S-bend us left? Yes, okay. This is super weird. I mean, is that even, like, do we have the energy to get to the end of the ride? We might just not have it. Well, that is a lame ride, but it is a ride. Hang on. This just like, I don't really know what I would do anyway. Like, we might literally just keep this. 5.37, I feel like this can be better. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do at the end of the track. Shut up, shut up! Okay. Not sure what I'm gonna do at the end of the track, but there's gotta be something I can do. What licensed game do I greenlight? Um... God, I mean... We'll see if that helped at all. I've always said, this is, I've brought this up before. I have always felt that there's a lot of room for game adaptations of really out there shit. In particular, like classic literature would be really funny to see books made out of. Like really, it's been on my mind ever since playing The Great Gatsby, the video game, where it's just like, yeah, yeah. There's some room there. There's some room there for something. I don't know what book in particular, but just, okay, yeah, we got it up to 5.52 just by messing around a little bit. That's better. You know, like like, hear me out. You know how, what was that game called? Like, Sea of Thieves got Pirates of the Caribbean DLC, and it was really lame. I've played it. It was like these 5 missions where you go on an adventure with Captain Jack Sparrow or whatever. What they should have done is fucking Moby Dick DLC. That might be that might be my choice here. You know? Let me get on my boat and go hunt the whale. I think that would be a good game. I think Moby Dick would be a great game. That being said, though, Forsty, the Wendy's hot drinks guy, the game would also be like really good. That's a solid choice as well. What the? Damn, you're a true roller coaster tycoon enjoyer. I had multiple RCT streams up. Doesn't work, does it? No, it does work. Okay, great. Well, it's a little weird how disconnected this is from everything, but we're gonna have to really rework the path in here. Hang on a sec. We're gonna have to have some kind of like pathing nexus in here that fixes this. Bam. And then bam. Alright, great. Open it. $5. Perfection. Nope, not that button. You were gonna cover just this. This is gonna be the absolute puke zone. I built a lot of rides. That's... Well, I guess I built 4 roller coasters. That's pretty normal by my usual pace. Wonder if I should put the... Like, hear me out. I bet everyone does this. I bet that, like, literally everyone who plays this game does this. I'm gonna put the Ferris wheel on, like, the skinny... There we go. That is a weird... It's like a demonic Ferris wheel. It gave me this, like, default red color scheme. It's kind of evil looking. Also, that queue line is way too long. Whatever. I bet everyone tries putting a Ferris wheel on the path up the hill. I bet everyone does that. It's too obvious, but it makes sense. You know what? Never mind. Hang on. I just came up with something way better. Demolish. Demolish, I've got a much better idea. We stick it there. That's way cooler. Unfortunately, I have to do a lot of excavation, but... It's kind of less cool once you have to excavate all of this for the entrance and exit. Wait, hang on. No. Wait. Maybe I can... Because that can be... Here's what we can do. No. Yes. Hear me out. We can put the entrance back here. And then most of the queue can just be underground. That we don't have to dig so much of the mountain out. So, like, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to end up replacing a lot of that. Entrance. And now we... Can't really see back there to fix it very well. Alright, now we do. Well, I mean, it doesn't work that well for us at the end of the day. But like, there you go. That's about as good as it's gonna get, I think. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, perhaps because literally it is 90s. That might have something to do with it. Who? Oh, I did this. Hang on, I'm gonna fix this little... I'm gonna fix this little thingy now. There we go. Wasn't complaining? I see. Maybe that's a me thing then. In my opinion, everything from the 90s is bad. Calling something 90s is just an insult. What streamer aren't you from the 90s? Shut up. I'm not sure why I'm putting toilets there. I just am. Wow, actually, I have barely enough guests. That is a little bit sketchy. I'm just gonna smack the advertising button again, you know, like just for good measure. Just for good measure. We're fine. We're definitely fine, but like free ride on the chairlift. Have some free water. Have this and free ride on the downhill jam, of course. Rollercoaster 1 still hasn't been fixed yet. He's working on it. I'm just gonna move him there. I'm just gonna move him over there. You. That ought to be close-ish. Yeah, well, like, you can... There's all kinds of weird cheese strats. I've watched enough Marcel videos to know that you can just, like... You can just, like, put a one-tile ride at the start of the park and then just, like, trap all the guests after the ride. There's, like, this setup you do. There's this setup you do that takes, like, literally 4 tiles of space or something. And it's just like, yep, you just beat every scenario by doing that. And it's like, well... If I'm gonna be here for 3 hours anyway, like, if I'm gonna be here for 3 hours either way, I might as well actually play the game, you know? Like, there's no advantage to doing that. Since we have to be here until the timer runs out anyway. We do have a Tony Hawk ride. It's downhill jam because it just starts going downhill right away. Then the chain lift is at the end of the ride. Speaking of, Friday night after stream, Um, I went ahead and I started playing Tony Hawk's Proving Ground on 360. Since we did Project 8, I felt like I owe it to myself to complete the series by playing Proving Ground. And then I got really sick and couldn't play video games, so I didn't play any more of it. But I played some Proving Ground on Friday night, and I gotta be honest with you, that game sucks. Like, shockingly, it is quite bad. Project 8 has problems, but like, oof, Proving Ground, man, I now fully understand why they stopped making them after that. They changed it so that there's like this weird over-the-shoulder camera angle where like you can't see anything because your guy's taking up like 90% of the screen. It's really strange. It's this combination of like bad over-the-shoulder like Gears of War camera with like the world's lowest FOV where you just truly cannot see where you're going at any time. It's terrible. It's really strange. The whole thing also just has this like weird... It has this certain weirdness to it where they like... I don't know, there's just all these like bad objectives where you have to like... It takes the objectives from Project 8 where you have to build stuff to complete the objective, which I said was inventive and I liked it, and makes it like a gigantic pain in the ass where you have to like dig through 8 different menus, and then you do one trick in 3 seconds to complete the mission after digging through all the menus, and it's like, oh, I hate it, it's bad. And there's like 7 cutscenes before and after every mission where you just have to like grind a rail for 3 seconds. It's like, I don't know what they were thinking. I will say though, what's pretty fun about it, you start in Philadelphia, and then as you complete missions, you like unlock new areas to go to that are like adjacent to your current area, which might be how Project 8 works in 7th gen, I'm not sure. But you start in like downtown Philly, and then it's like, you've unlocked West Philadelphia, and you can go there, and Will Smith is there. And then you unlock the tunnel that takes you directly to Baltimore, a thing that exists in real life. And then you go to Baltimore, and it's like, whoa, it's kind of cool. I do like that. You kind of expand out the map in like multiple different directions. Yeah, everyone wants to go to Baltimore, right? Home of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland. You literally already know. As soon as I unlock the maze. I'm even gonna put in a queue line. Or... Hang on. No. No, I'm not. That would be stupid. Wait, does that not line up? Is that too high up? I swear to God, dude. Oh, it's because of that. Because of this little, like, bit. I understand. Yeah, our park rating actually kind of looks like it's not that good. It's 779. We're fine. The one hole putt. Well, that I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's a thing in the, I've not seen. Yeah, I think mini golf is a Rollercoaster Tycoon 2 thing. I know it exists. I am aware of the existence of mini golf, but I'm pretty sure it's a Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 thing. I have a great idea. Check this out. Oh, too high. Interesting. We've hit the height limit of land, and it's right there, apparently, because this whole thing is built on top of a giant mountain. But right here, we can put a fountain so that the people in the one-tile maze are also getting rained on by the fountain. You know, nobody mentioned Action Park. We were about to finish a whole scenario without anyone mentioning Action Park. There is so much litter, dude. It's not okay. Replace that bench safely instead of deleting. Hopefully he'll just clean it all up, like, right now. Our park rating is fine. We will be passing this easily. It's just a little bit spooky to see so much trash on the ground around here. I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens so much. When I'm like, literally, it's so embarrassing to me. If I'm like, this literally happened in PMC's chat, like, I think last night. When you say something, like something happens on the stream and you react to it by typing in chat, and then you realize you're like 45 seconds behind somehow. And it's just like, oh no, everyone else saw me submit that 45 seconds after it actually happened. Oh, they probably have no idea what I'm even talking about anymore. I hate that. I wish I could just, like, have a little, like, delay number in the corner all the time so that I would notice if I'm, like, horribly behind. I don't know how I end up behind sometimes. It just happens. I was totally laughing at something funny that was happening in the game PMC was playing, and then realized that I was straight up like a full minute behind. It was like, oh no. Yeah, you can you can pull up the deep, but then it brings up that like whole window. I don't want the whole window. I just want the number. Like, remember Fraps? Hear me out. Does anyone remember the program Fraps? If you ever tried recording gameplay in 2010, you remember using Fraps, and it put the number in the corner. That was the frame rate. I want that number. I want that number in the corner of my Twitch streams, and it says how like, what the delay is. Fraps isn't even that old. Straight up, I was using Fraps in, like, yeah, around 2010 probably. It was like post Unregistered Hypercam 2. Unregistered Hypercam 2 is like a 2000s, like a late 2000s thing, IMO. Mid to late 2000s. Yeah, I think I remember using Fraps a little bit, but my computer at the time was so bad that it couldn't run Fraps. Was the main issue. Like, if you tried to record something with Fraps, it would, like, lag like hell. When is this scenario gonna end? Surely we're gonna be there soon. It's been in October for a really long time. This. Yeah, we're on the last quarter. You can tell from the research. Hey, good one, good one, good one, Dab. There we go. All right, cool. Lightning Peaks completed. I was afraid at the start of this. I had spent all my money on Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam, and it was not making me my money back fast enough. Had to get bailed out by Umbrella Bucks. Very nice. Let's save that. Only 3 more to go. Yeah, let's see it. Look at all that. It's really satisfying. I'll say, I love how when you finish a scenario, you get to enter your name into the scenario chart. And so then you sort of build up all the check marks. I love seeing the menu full of scenarios completed by Tapioca and all the check marks. It's great. Next is Ivory Towers, and then the final bosses of Rollercoaster Tycoon down here. These are the last 2 are both 4-year scenarios, so those are gonna be ordeals. But I haven't seen what Ivory Towers even looks like. A well-established park with a few problems. 1K, year 3. Oh my god. Oh my god, what have they do? Look at this shit. They just start you in a park with vomit everywhere and just smashed up benches. That's really funny, dude. We found garbage land. Oh no, dude, and there's a... Look at this shit. Look at what they start you with. Oh my god. This is a well-established park with some problems, alright. Open boat hire, alright. When we start this thing next week, we're gonna have to just, like... There's a lot of work to do at the start. Look at how long this crazy-ass ride is, too. The tree topper. Damn. I could never build anything this sick. Probably just 2, because it's the length of the station that matters. Dude, look at all the puke coming off the tree topper. Holy... My god. Well, that's a peek into our future then. One of the problems is that it crashes. Oh no. I hope not. But that's that. That is Rollercoaster Tycoon's Day as performed on an actual Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is not Wednesday.